Alright, third time's the charm, I guess. Hello and welcome to the Lettuce Cup Series, formerly known as the MG Cup Series, and will be known as it again in the future, but for this season, we're going by the Lettuce Cup Series because of the joke with me and a friend. And I guess I took that joke a little bit too seriously, because now I'm calling it the Lettuce Cup Series as the cars roll off of pit road. Your pole sitter, Jeff Gordon, throwing it back to the old Rainbow Warrior days as he drives that rainbow colored number 24 once again this season. Dale Jr. in a special car this season as well. And pretty much all the Hendrick cars are colored specially here. You see the two silver Hendrick cars, Terry Labonte in the 5, Jimmy Johnson the 48 with the silver cars. And yeah, just a really special season for Hendrick Motorsports and Rick Hendrick and that team. Another car with different colors on it, Mark Martin in that Viagra number 6, driving a white car here today rather than a black one. Or for this season, I should say. Rusty Wallace, your defending champion of the series, who actually was out with an injury for a bit of last season, got his brother Mike to race for points for him. And that's how he won the championship. A couple other injuries. Steve Park got taken out for a few races, and Buckshot Jones was in critical condition. It's fine now, but it's not fully recovered from his injuries yet after that crash at Atlanta. Mike Skinner missed the race as well, but no more talking about injuries. The green flag is out. We're racing here at Daytona for the first time this season. This is definitely not my third time doing this because the first time the game crashed and the second time I realized I had the wrong ticker. So I shut that all down because I didn't want to have the wrong ticker. But heading into turns 1 and 2, Dale Jr. on the high side backing up to Tony Stewart off of turn 2 for the first time. Heading down the back stretch for the first time this season. And as you may have noticed, we have safer barriers now. Such a relief to have safer barriers here. Here comes Bobby Labonte to the inside. Gordon tried to hop back down to the bottom and bring Dale Earnhardt Jr. with him, but couldn't quite do that. And Bobby Labonte gonna lead the first lap here at Daytona. Now I'm just praying that the game doesn't crash again. Does, I might just break this up into different parts because I don't want to have to redo the whole start of the season. And almost a wreck as Elliott Sadler got too close to the back bumper of Bobby Labonte and just about turned him. They save it somehow, and now they're taking it 3 wide down the back stretch. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the middle, and Elliott Sadler goes up with Junebug. They're going to try to make something happen on the high side. Jeff Gordon, your pole sitter, falling way back. One car down on the apron. That's Casey Mears. He saved it. And look at the 42 of Jamie McMurray. Here comes Mark Martin on the bottom, trying to take the lead. And look at that. Kevin Harvick peeking his nose in there. He's underneath them. 3 wide for the lead here at Daytona. Already action picking up here from Daytona. These guys are all going for it. They know the races on super speedway are a little bit shorter because of the problem we had last season with the lap traffic and the damaged cars holding up the field. Hoping not to have that happen again this season, or at least have less chance of that happening, because we come off of turn 4 once again. Now back down in the 1 and 2. Look at Casey Mears behind his teammate Jamie McMurray. The 2 Chip Ganassi Racing Dodges out in front. And now down the back stretch. Oh, I spoke too soon because here comes Mears underneath his teammate for the lead. And look at that. That's the 0-1 of Joe Nemechek pushing him. Lots of big changes during the off season. And here comes the third Chip Ganassi car. That's the 40 of Sterling Marlin up into the mix. I didn't even see him last season. Like, now that I think about it, I don't even think Sterling Marlin raced. So this is his first season on the channel here in the MG Cup Series, I believe. So we head down the back straightaway once again. Now into turn 3. Joe Nemechek on the inside, looking for the lead. Whoa, slides up. These cars going over the bumps. It's going to be pretty hard to hold their lines here. We're going to have to see how they manage that. As we're 3 wide further back, with Joe Nemechek on the lead a lap here at Daytona. Dale Jarrett right behind him on his back bumper. Looking to the inside now. And I'm going to mute for a second as we get a... These guys are absolutely flying. 200 almost miles per hour. One car going 198. A couple of these guys are hitting 200 down the front straightaway here. Through 1 and 2 once again. The 2 Fords as we get contact. Jeff Green with another save, but 2 Fords pulling away from the rest of the field. That's Greg Biffle and Dale Jarrett. And now they're trying to check up for each other here. Make sure they're not really ready to bump draft. At least not too hard. And we got trouble in the back. The 21 of Ricky Rudd is around. A big crash gonna happen here. Through the tri-oval, another car, Bobby Labonte and Jeff Burton caught up in it. Chris Mack, among others. There's the 09 of Johnny Sauter. Or excuse me, that's Johnny Benson, not Johnny Sauter, wrong Johnny. Oh, they're still making contact. One car with heavy damage. That's Derek Cope in the 50, all torn up. AJ Henriksen as well, with some damage. A big crash on the front stretch. Ricky Rudd taken out in it, as well as Johnny Benson. And we're going to go back and take a look at what just happened here. As I believe the caution came out before they got back to the line, so we don't have to worry about the race back. What happened? Jeff Gordon underneath Ryan Newman just wasn't clear. What in the world? These guys are all on the apron anyway. Hold on. Some cars ducked low, and then they started running into each other back there. I'm not sure why they were dipping down under the apron, but Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman make a little bit of contact, and down the track they go. Around goes Jeff. Newman saves it off of the back bumper of Ricky Rudd, and then Michael Waltrip and Elliott Sattler nowhere to go as they get squeezed, and then bang, a big hit from behind for Ricky Rudd there. Chris Mack got clipped down the racetrack into the spinning 15, and then the 72, is that Billy Standridge? No, that's Brad Teague in the 72, and then another car, that's the 4 of Kevin LePage, all plowing into it. I mean, these guys all piled into it. Derek Cope with the most damage. And then here comes another one. Who is that? The 80 of Mike Bliss and AJ Henriksen just squeaking by. And there's one more car flying through. That is Todd Bodine in the 37. Chaos here on the front stretch. Absolute carnage. Chris Mack and his terrible luck seems to have carried over to this season. So hopefully he can turn it around. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after this. And we are back here at Daytona in our second running of the Daytona 500 as Dale Jarrett is your leader. The 16 of Greg Biffle behind him in second. And the 30 of Jeff Green is in third. This should be interesting. There are no lap cars as the 4 Kevin LePage still sits on pit road. Looks like they're going to try to get that car back out there, but I doubt they will. But yeah, no lap cars. So the new rule of lap traffic pulling up to the inside is not in effect here today. One car all the way down in the grass. That's the 31 of Robbie Gordon for some reason. Not sure what's wrong with this car. Maybe he's having some sort of an issue here, but I believe he's on his way down the pit road. I'm not sure why it was in the grass, though. But yeah, he's dropping right to the back. Green flag is about to wave, and there we go. Green flag is out. We're racing once again here at Daytona in the Daytona 500. And already moves being made. Lots of drivers pulling out of line. And just 20 laps to go here from Daytona. A short race, but very action-packed and as well. Now here comes the 9 of Casey Kane, the rookie, underneath the 16 of Greg Biffle. Bill Elliott, I believe, is still with that team, just in the 91 now. Either the 91 or the 94. I'm not sure. I believe he drove both this season, but which one did I choose? I'm pretty sure it was the 91. I don't think he made this race, though. So Casey Kane now stuck on the high side. Here comes another rookie. That's Brian Vickers in his first full-time season now, driving in that 25 machine. Ken Schrader to his inside with a push from Ward Burton in the 0. The inside line proving to be the more dominant line here as the 9. Right as I say that, the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield goes to the high side. Tries to pass a few cars up there. He's got a lot of help too. Lots of cars willingly going to the top. That's something that really surprises me. I wasn't expecting that. But cars willingly going to the outside line. Now the 97 of Kurt Busch going up there. Never mind, he hops right back down to the bottom the second I said that. Contact! And they save it for now. 88 of Dale Jarrett still leading here from Daytona. Look at Rusty Wallace. Remember Dale Jarrett and Rusty Wallace were the two drivers going for the championship last season. Jarrett was unable to qualify for a couple of the final races last season, and that hurt him big time. That handed the championship to Rusty. And now cars splitting out a line here down the backstretch. Ward Burton and Kyle Petty trying to make the high side work and help out Dale Jarrett as he gets left out the dry. Your new leader is Brian Vickers, but he might get pushed out of line as well. Can he lead the lap, though? Coming to the stripe. It's going to be close, and he will lead the lap over Rusty Wallace. So the rookie Brian Vickers for Hendrick Motorsports in that 25 machine is going to lead the lap. Dale Jarrett right back down to the bottom as they're 3 wide behind him. And Kurt Busch with a big run. A huge push from the 42. Jamie McMurray helping him get to the front there. And now Kurt looking at going to the high side with the fellow Ford driver, or no, that's a Dodge, excuse me. Dale Jarrett back to the front here at Daytona. Cars are everywhere. Here comes Kurt Busch down on the bottom. And don't look now, but there's the 48 of Jimmy Johnson up in the mix as well. New names every few seconds here. Kyle Petty in 5th place. Jeremy Mayfield has worked his way up in the 6th, and now is about to get into the top 5. Dale Jarrett falling back. He has no help. Kurt Busch stuck on the high side. He has no help. He's going to drop to the back. Here comes Jamie McMurray. McMurray ran a handful of races, or not even a handful. He ran a bunch of races last season, but wasn't full time. This is his first full time season here on the channel, and leads in his first Daytona 500. But here comes Jimmy Johnson doing his inside. Kyle Petty follows him. The outside line getting no love here today. But further back, a few drivers trying to make it work up there. That's the 22 of Scott Wimmer, who drove for Bill Davis Racing last season in the 27 Chevy, has now moved over to the main 22 Dodge. And a lap car checking up the field. The first time today that that's happened. So we lasted a bit longer. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. And we are back here at Daytona. The field is bunched back up, but we're catching more lap cars, and that's going to ruin things once again. So they have to get by the... Is that the 17 of Matt Kenseth? No, Kenseth is on the lead lap. Who's the lap car that they're trying to get past? I could have swore I saw someone slow. It's Tony, not Tony, Mike Bliss in the 80. That's who they were trying to avoid. Back out in front, there's another car coming up. That's Elliott Sadler. They probably will catch him by the end of this race, but for right now, they've got a ways to go here. It's a 3-car breakaway from the rest of the field. These drivers just need to stay in line and try to keep that distance between them and the rest of the field. But the rest of the field might run them down here. As you see Matt Kenseth underneath Casey Mears, they're just kind of slingshotting each other, not really fighting for it. Kenseth is in the range of the draft now. I believe he's catching a little bit of that draft from the 88. As Dale Jarrett pulls low, and he's there now. Kenseth is with them. He's with that pack, and out of turn 2, down the backstretch, the field is now kind of reconnected. Out of turn 2 once again. Oh, contact. Rusty Wallace almost got turned by his points rival from last season. They save it and keep it going down the backstretch, and if we're lucky, we might stay green at the end of this thing. 2 lap cars on the front straightaway. Robbie Gordon and Elliott Sadler will probably catch them both by the end of this thing. So this isn't going to go well. Gordon having an issue with this car, unable to get back up to speed, may have lost a cylinder or something. I'm not sure. They might be down a cylinder or something like that, but that car is just not up to speed. He wasn't involved in a wreck or anything. He's just having issues. 3 wide further back, Jeremy Mayfield got shuffled out of the line there as we come around the 4 laps to go this time by. We're getting right down to the end of the race here. Here comes the 31 of Robbie Gordon. How are they going to navigate this? Whoa, that was close. In the second half of the field, being held up, but not for too long, as Jeremy Mayfield in the inside line immediately gets by. That's Casey Kane, excuse me. So yeah, the Ray Evernham cars on the bottom getting passed, and 3 wide further back here, they're all getting held up. The inside line gets passed, the middle lane gets passed, and now everyone up on the top, they've lost their positions, but they're finally going to get by Robbie Gordon as Brian Vickers goes by him on the inside. They're single file trying to run these guys back down. 3 wide with the Robert Yates cars. Elliott Sattler and his teammate Dale Jarrett side by side. They finally sort that out, but Elliott Sattler, not up to speed, was involved in the wreck earlier today. Another lap car causing trouble for these leaders. Didn't get as much of that as we had last season because of the shortened race, but still, it's still happening, and it's still annoying. Meanwhile, out in front, Greg Biffle is your leader. Never mind, here comes Rusty Wallace to the inside with Kevin Harvick following him. Harvick might be a little bit indecisive here. He thought about going to the high side, but he stayed down low. And now Harvick being pushed to the front. Here comes Matt Kenseth thinking about going to the middle. He's got his teammate Mark Martin behind him. The Roush Racing cars trying to win the Daytona 500. Here we come. Out of turn 4. Coming to the white flag this time by. One more time around for Kevin Harvick. Can he hold off Matt Kenseth? Kevin Harvick, the replacement driver for the late Dale Earnhardt after he tragically passed in 2001, is now leading here at Daytona with 1 lap to go. Matt Kenseth right on his tail, not letting him get away. And he's going to get a push. Here comes Kenseth to the inside. Side by side. Harvick has help from behind. That's the 88 of Dale Jarrett pushing him. Will Jarrett stay with him here? Dale Jarrett. Now here comes Rusty Wallace with a big run. Side by side off of turn 4. Coming to the stripe for the final time. Who's it going to be? At the line it is. I could not tell who that was. Waiting for the ticker to update, and it's Matt Kenseth. They're showing Matt Kenseth, who was on the bottom, edging out Kevin Harvick at the stripe, and we're going to immediately go back and take a look at that. Matt Kenseth, unofficially, is your winner of the 2004 Daytona 500, and we're gonna slow things way down here, and just we're gonna try to get a good view of it here. Hold on. That's not really. There it is. Matt Kenseth by just, I don't even know. That's not even a foot. That's not an inch. By a nose, barely edges out the 29 of Harvick. What a finish here at Daytona. A short but sweet race as Matt Kenseth gets it done by just a few thousandths of a second. And I mean, that is the closest finish in the history of this series. Of the MG Cup Series, Lettuce Cup Series, whatever we want to call it. If you want to keep it professional, call it MG. But if you want to go with the actual name because of a joke, call it Lettuce. Simple as that. But Matt Kenseth wins in the closest finish ever here. And I mean, the closest finish ever. Congratulations to Matt Kenseth on winning the Daytona 500. And that's 2 years in a row where a Roush Racing car has won the 500. Last season it was Mark Martin. This season it's Matt Kenseth. What a race. What a finish. So that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next race. Until then, peace.